Ba-boom. Okay, sorry this is super awkward and dysfunctional start. But I think right now it's working. So we're gonna be watching the Little Monkeys versus versus Bliss Esports um, Abyssal League match. I'm gonna try and cast it. I've never cast before, so excuse it. But we're gonna just try and show it off. Um, just gonna put it in the Discord so people can check it out. And all right, so let's get into it. So it looks like they have to use an E-sub. Bliss Esports does. Um, Decorix is gonna be their jungler. Their jungler cannot make it. So now they're waiting for a lobby check. This is going to be an interesting game. Um, I saw a lot of votes going toward Bliss Esports winning this and winning this in a strong fashion. I think it was like 7-0 for Bliss Esports. But this is the last of a couple roster changes for the Little Monkeys. Um, they switched 77 down from top to bot and now have Super Luigi. So we're gonna see how that works out for them. I think from what I've been told, this is gonna be their strongest roster, but we'll just have to see how it works out for them. Pokeball left the lobby. Now it looks like he's still there. That's beautiful, Drex. So, say whatever you guys want to in chat. Check out what you think, or tell me what you think is going to happen in this, and we'll actually see. I don't really know how this is gonna go. I'm obviously here. I am a sub for Little Monkeys, so I'm obviously hoping for them, and don't know how it's gonna go for them. Bliss is very strong team. Also, Drex is really good. I don't know why he's down there. I thought he was playing top today. But we'll see. He's a very good player. I am I have no doubt that he can play whatever role he wants to at the ability that we look for at Abyssal League. But it looks like you guys are seeing him DC and Reese too. Yes, we are. Okay, so Pokeball is having connection issues. So we're actually going to take a little bit of a break and see if he can resolve that. The game might have to take a little bit of a pause. So we'll be back. Okay, and we're back. That was a quick break. It looks like Pokeball has figured out his issues, and they're starting the banning phase. Um, uh, Zach, yes, Drex is a beast. He says, I mean, Drex is a beast, but can he really beat all of LTMK on his own? No, you cannot retract that message. I don't know. We'll see if he's able to. I have not been able to keep up as much as I have hoped with this league, so I don't know the strength of the rest of the roster, but I do know Drex and his ability. And it looks like for the first ban, LTMK is going to take Jin off the table. Looks like Epiphany is not going to be able to play that. A very strong champion, especially in his hand. And the first ban has not registered, or they might have not been able to ban because... Oh, I don't remember that rule exactly. If they did something late, they might not be able to do a certain amount of bans. But I don't see their ban. But they're gonna take LTMK on the other hand is gonna take Braum off the table. So very, very scared of this bot lane from BlissEsports. Wordy Fuzzy 77 is going to be taking a lot. He has switched from top, so he's going to be really tested in this matchup. And no surprise, BlissEsports is going to take Pakapaw's Evelyn off the table. And ooh, an Ari ban. Um, I'm a little bit surprised by it. Uh, and that's a very very easy ban for Bliss Esports. 66 has been the best performer on LTMK, and almost all of it with his Vel'Koz, and he has been absolutely insane on that champ. No reason why they should not have taken that off. Okay, and Luigi's gonna go for the Scion. I do like this. It's a lot of engage. It's a lot of help for the team in the mid to late game. Even though it might struggle against like aggressive matchups in lane. So we'll see what Bliss responds with. Okay, so they're gonna insta pick the Kai'Sa. They're not gonna go for their top laner. Oh, they're gonna complete their bot lane. I think this makes a lot of sense. If they do go for the Leona, two bans have already been thrown out toward the bot lane of Bliss Esports, and if they wait till the next set of bans, there will be no doubtedly more. So they decide to lock it in early with a Kai'Sa Leona. Very strong lane. Um, a lot of scaling with that Kai'Sa. Once she gets all of her evolution, she could be an absolute beast. And Leona's a great champ to pair with her. So Pakapaw's got 5 seconds. We'll see what he's gonna go. And he actually picks an Alistar for 2 scouts. 2 scouts absolutely performs mostly on his engage supports. He tends to favor them over any other supports. I have yet to see him play caster support. I haven't seen a Soraka or a Lulu. And they're gonna go with the MF for 77. So that's a very strong bot lane. They decided to mirror and decide on a bot lane to go against the Kai'Sa Leona. It's gonna be a very strong lane for LTMK. And although Kai'Sa scales very well, I think early MF should have a little bit of priority. Wow. And Kled gets picked up for the third of the pick phase for Bliss Esports. This is really interesting. Both two engaged top laners in the Scion and the Kled, except I do favor the Kled in lane. He can be an absolute bully. But now, it's surprising. Now it's actually really surprising. They're going with the Zillion pick, or Zillion ban rather, for against LTMK. I don't know what 66 is going to go on if it's not the Vel'Koz or the Zillion. And they finalize their bans with the Camille ban. I get this is probably targeted at Pakapaw because although his Camille is probably not one of his incredible champs, he has been playing it a lot. It's gotten a ton better, and they don't want to see that in the game. And LTMK on the other side is going to take away Diana and Fizz, two really strong mid laners. They're very scared of this. It looks like both of them are very scared of this mid lane matchup. Wow! And they're going to go with a Nocturne. So I don't see. Okay. And 77 is going to go with a Malzahar, a very safe pick in the mid lane with his shield, his spell shield, and Graves for Pakapaw. Graves can bully Nocturne early, I think. They're both very strong early in terms of dueling, but Nocturne cannot be matched in terms of the kind of gank he can put out level 6. And I see this most likely going for bot because of an immobile AD carry, which could get the Kai'Sa rolling. And Bliss is gonna finish it off with a cannon. Actually, it's gonna be a cannon mid, which is really interesting. It's something that uh, Wordy Fuzzy 66 plays a lot. It is very strong, especially in this team comp, which looks to be overall focused on team comps, or on team fights rather. And it looks actually for both is going to be team fight comps. And Cannon, AP Cannon, which is most likely what it's going to be since it's mid lane, is incredible for the kinds of outputs he can put into the mid game. Yeah, it's very smart drafting by BlissEsports to knock out the Camille before locking in the Nocturne so that the Nocturne could get a little bit of a safer matchup going into the jungle pre-6. And also is also interesting, Zach, you're right, that 66 did not go for the cannon. That has been his pocket pick. I think he used it. I think between Vel'Koz and Cannon were his only two picks in preseason tournament, if I remember correctly. Um, which they did win. LTMK did win the preseason tournament. But this is going to be very interesting. I think that it's going to mean a lot for both teams to see where the first set of ganks goes. This, if these ganks are successful, I see it being very good for the team who has a successful gank because these are very volatile lanes. Obviously, top lane is going to be Bliss favored. Mid lane, depending on how you play it, I would tend to prefer the Malzahar, but the Kennen can very certainly outplay that. And the bot lane is going to be very, very influential in the late game, and I see the junglers both gravitating toward that lane to focus on making sure that they can secure a strong late game comp. It's going to be interesting though. There's very definitively strong team fighting on both sides. So there's going to be multiple team fights that probably decide this match in its entirety. Um, if you don't know, also probably going to be streaming the 9 o'clock match that LTMK has. Don't know who it's against as of now, but I can check that for you. Uh, Here we go. I can check this for you. So it's going to be Little Monkeys versus BlissEsports at 8 p.m. and at 9 p.m. is going to be Twin Miracles versus Little Monkeys. That should be also an interesting one. I think Twin Miracles can put up a really strong fight. I think it'll be really interesting. Probably they're the favorite again, uh, against Little Monkeys. I don't think Little Monkeys had that much of high praise coming out of last week. I think they went 1-1, but a very rough win. So not a lot of praise for the Little Monkeys, but again, they have decided on this final roster. Sorry, Pierce. This is as high as it goes. I can stick it closer to my mouth if you want. Yeah, I do really like the Alistar into the Leona Kaisa, but the problem with 77 is he hasn't been in the country for very long. I don't know how often he was able to play. He was in ooh, I don't want to mess this up. He wasn't he wasn't in the country, so he didn't get that much time to play. He was on a weird time zone. So I think MF is probably just because of comfort. It doesn't look that good into lane. I do agree with you, Zach, but I think this is probably more of a 77 comfort than it is a matchup pick. Um, that's an interesting point. I don't think he has Draven in his champ pool. I haven't seen him play it, but we can see what they pick next game. That might be an interesting one. And there's an instant pause going into the first couple seconds. Uh, there we go. Let's get back into it. I'm gonna leave it on direct camera. Hopefully it'll do a good job. But while we're in the pause, Paul will be back in a few minutes. So Pocket Paul is taking a little bit of a break, presumably to fix his Wi-Fi. He had problems with it before the before the game started, and no surprise that he has it after as well. So we'll see what will happen. Now I don't necessarily know who to favor in this game, or especially in the early game. I think I have to side with BlissEsports because top laner will certainly have priority. Although they're both engaged tanks or bruiser tank for Kled, Kled will have incredible priority on the Scion, as well as the Kai'Sa Leona most likely having priority against MF Alistar, which means it might be down to the mid lane. But even then, I would put it on Malzahar, but I know 66 is a very passive laner. In the previous games they had, he has not had priority. He's had good CS and good presence in lane, but I have not seen him get that much of a mid lane priority. So it'd be very interesting to see if he adapts his play because neither of his other lanes will get priority. We're gonna check chat. Yeah, Zach, I definitely agree with you. It's gonna depend I don't know if it's gonna depend that much on wave management because have a feeling Scion will most likely be pushed in most of the time because of how easy it can be for a Kled when either the Kled's pushed in or when it's in the middle of the lane to get a grapple off and just wail on them with his W. And if they do try and get away, just E toward them or E back. So I feel like no matter what the wave manipulation is, it's gonna be favoriting the Kled. So it'll be up to Luigi to try and stay safe in that lane. Mid is gonna be the main focal point of this entire game, in my opinion, because it's the only lane that's really questionable and which has priority, and whoever gets priority can make a lot more impact on the map, which I think is going to be really important for both these teams to get out early. And it sounds like, yeah, we have gotten back into it. Two Scouts has unpaused. And we're going to switch to the directed, wait, the directed camera. Okay, there we go. It looks like both the teams are going to stay in generally passive 5-point defensive positioning. Except I don't know why the Nocturne would decide to be in bot river. I very much prefer what LTMK does here. They have the mid laner go to the top brush and the jungler go in the middle so that the opposing team doesn't know which buff he's going to start at. Now I most likely see the Graves going down to to red first, which it looks like he will do, and it will be mirrored. Both junglers will be starting bot lane, which makes a lot of sense for both of them. But I don't know if LTMK picked up on that and realized that Nocturne's standing in the bot rush. He's probably starting bot. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. Like both have about the same leash. So we'll have to see if they realize. Check pings on the mini-map. Seems like LTMK has pinged it. Bliss has not, but it probably can be talked about. Actually, a very good trade for the Scion. In that engagement. And a little dance there. Scion, wow, Scion's playing this very well. I would very much favor the Kled, and playing a lot of Kled top lane tank matchups are really favorable for him because of just how much he can do against tanks. But it looks like Scion is playing this so well, almost demounting Kled. Now, obviously, Kled has to wait until he has both his Q and his W to really get much damage in, but I'd still favor the Kled, so it's very interesting to see the Scion do so well. Now, it looks like the top has been secured, top scuttle has been secured by Pakapal, and yet the bottom, if we see, has been secured. Okay, so both of them have made sure to farm about the same paths as well. They're both going for wolves now, and we'll have to see. CS isn't looking too drastic, except for bot lane. It's very rough, and top lane's a little bit different, but not that much. And although it's getting pushed in, and they'll catch a few more minions here before the next wave comes in, it is not going to be even after this one. Assuming they get all three of those, it'll be 17 to 24. So a really big difference going into the bot lane, which is expected considering MF really isn't as good into this matchup as say maybe an Ashe or something along those lines, but decided to go with it anyway, probably out of comfort. And both junglers have stayed on about the same path, except Pakapal has cleared his Raptors, and Nocturne has not, which means he is one camp ahead. And now both of them are on their Krugs. So we'll see how that affects. Wow, really good management of that trade for the Scion. I actually very much like that. And it looks like Nocturne is going to be going up top in Graves' spot. And it looks like Nocturne has left. Decided to check the jungle. Will not find anything. Now Graves is gonna go in. Doesn't look like they'll get anything, except possibly a little bit of pressure off of the bot lane, who was struggling and now is even. So very happy to see that. It looks like Nocturne is invading, trying to get some vision, but Graves has cleaned. Wow! Scion with the first blood. Sorry that was not on camera, but really awesome to see from, even though he was on almost an 11, actually an 11 CS deficit, to still be able to come ahead on trades is actually very nice to see. Well, that was a weird camera thing. So now it looks like, even despite that kill, just out of farm alone, the gold just stayed just about even, despite the first blood bonus. Purely out of the CS, but what an amazing engage by two scouts. And Drex is gonna get out of it because of the level up. What a close encounter. And it looks like two scouts has used his ignite, but to trade for for Drex's flash and Epiphany's barrier, which looks like a really good trade. Not surprised to see Two Scouts has been amazing with the engages. Wow, he's in a little deep. Oh, and Scion has come down from bot lane, or from top lane, and they have gotten one trade kill, but Two Scouts goes down in the process. Drex uses his heal as well, so now it's a 1 to 3 summoner advantage for LTMK with an even trade in kills. Support for support as well. Wow. And Super Luigi, accepting that he is going to be behind in this top lane, which he is very behind in CS, only 34 going into 7 minutes and 20, but still able to get the first blood kill on this Kled, really putting the pain to him, and even backing and using his ultimate. Really well done by this top laner. Malzahar did look like a little bit of a roam, but nothing much, just to get some vision. It looks like there might be an encounter between Graves and the Nocturne. So Scion's doing work. Looks like he has this first bot lane. Wow. Well, this looks like it's gonna be a big fight. Pokeball running from 4 members of the enemy team. And 66 goes for an ult on Kennen and gets the kill, and Drex is now in really deep. I don't think he's gonna be able to get out. A great headbutt from Two Scouts gives the kill over to 77. What a turn for the bot lane. He started out so behind. And now Luigi might go for a kill onto Kled, but now Kled remounts, and this is looking really bad for the Scion. He might die here. And he is. He's not even going to get the smash off. See if he might be able to get a trade kill. He's not able to do it, but damn close. So that leaves at 1-1-1 for the Scion and 1-1 for the Kled. But a significant, almost 20 CS difference. Now bot lane has evened out in terms of CS, but this MF is super ahead. I am very impressed by the engages from Two Scouts. Absolutely incredible. And staying even in CS, 66 has gotten a significant gold advantage from this kill and assist. So we'll see how this goes. There's a lot of vision for Bliss into this. Oh, and they're going in on mid lane. 66 is dead, and instantly an incredible ult by both Drexium and Campbot. The Kennen and the Nocturne. Incredible ult combo that I don't think Malzahar could ever get out of. That was a very, very smart play, and it actually gives them a lead in gold by about 100. Which is not much to write home about, but definitely is better than looking at the 2-0-1 bot lane from LTMK. It looks like it has evened out a little bit. Despite getting killed there, Kennen does not really even up the CS, and despite looking to clear this wave with his W, is not going to get even before 66 gets there. So very well done by him to be so far ahead in CS to be able to do that and stay ahead in CS as well. Now there's a lot of really good trades in top from this Scion. I think the Kled is playing very passive. I don't know why he is, to be honest. Even though he has a 27 CS advantage, he is not pushing that advantage and trying to get value trades. And oftentimes, it looks like wasting his dash. But a good trade here, and he's actually going to try and force a good amount out. Two Scouts up pretty aggressively. And it looks like this game has evened out a little bit. Except, wow, Nocturne has significantly out-jungled Pocket Paul on the Graves with about a two and a little camp lead over the Graves. 66 has sort of about evened that up with a little over close to a 15 CS difference. And despite a big CS difference, Cyan is bullying this matchup, playing it very well. Except Cled's gonna remount soon. This is gonna be very bad. He remounts, and this is looking really bad for Super Luigi. Skane ults in, and he flashes in for the kill. Beautiful. Cyan's gonna go for the trade kill, but it doesn't look like he's gonna get it. And there's gonna be a ult by the Nocturne into the bot lane of LTMK, and already MF is down, and it looks like Alistar's gonna go down too. What a turn for BlissEsports. Absolutely beautiful. Both the top lane and the bot lane all getting in on the action. The only one not there is the mid laner, not able to get in on the party. But a great engage by Drex to follow up with Drexium in his Nocturne ult. Now they're trying to poke out and maybe contest his dragon, LCMK, despite having bot lane in base. This is really risky. Except both the mid laner and support are very low. The top laner is actually TPing in. Nocturne does get the Drake, but at what cost? Nocturne is dead, and they're looking to push for more. Kennen's going to be able to get away. But very, very smart by Luigi to TP in and try and get something out of losing that Drake. And I like that they contested it, even though 3 people had just died. They knew they're not just going to give anything over for free. Very smart by LTMK. And now they're going to 5-man push into this mid turret. And it looks like this might be first turret gold if they can get this turret down fast enough. There are 4 people defending it for BlissEsports. But they might be able to. Drex is very low, but the wave is clear. They might need to wait 1 wave. But it looks like they are going to get first tower gold, which is very needed. They are slowly losing in terms of gold. Now 1.3 behind. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. Bliss goes in incredibly. Drexium cleaning up with the ult, and it's gonna be a 5 for. Wow, it's gonna be a 5 for 0. No, and Cyan can't even trade it off. I'm sorry, guys. I was taking a swig of strawberry milk. I didn't see it. But now they're gonna get the Rift Herald out of it. Really smart. And sorry that I did not see the play, but it looks like the Kennen had a very good ult. Pulled in, had a great team fight, which is very expected that both of these teams are going to be almost ARAM, because they have to make sure that their 5v5 is as strong as possible. And it looks like despite this, despite being fairly ahead, looks like it's about 4K ahead now, so a really significant lead starting to build up. It looks like they're still giving respect. Nocturne has purchased Quicksilver. And first items for both ADCs. First items for mid laners. And it looks like it's about even on items for all in the game, despite this gold difference, which is very surprising. Yeah, LTMK really needs to respect how much engage BlissEsports has with the Kled or the Flash Cannon ult, the Nocturne ult. Leona is literally a CC bot that can engage whenever she wants. Kai'Sa's ultimate can follow. This is a ton of engage compared to a Cyan ult and Alistar from LTMK. They have to really respect that. And I'm sorry if any of you guys are saying specific comments in the chat. If I alt-tab to check the chat, then it will pause the game. Like here, the game is paused, so I can't really check the chat. So if you say something, I'm sorry. I will check it after. But it looks like Leona ults in and Kaisa follows in. They flashes through and Nocturne's here too. This looks like the bot lane's gonna be dead for LTMK and no trade kill possible. That was an incredible engage. Pokeball going into 3 flashes out, realizes he made a big mistake. He's still fighting it. 66 is coming. He does have ultimate. He might be looking for something, but they decide to back off. Very good decision. Did not look like a good fight. And the Kled has switched mid lane with the cannon, maybe trying to siege up this tower. And first tower did not go through because of the engage by cannon in the earlier fight. So it looks like they're actually going to get first tower off of this. Really good from BlissEsports. Unless 66 could do something about it. He suppresses. Except he gets demounted. He looks like he's still going to get the kill. He has to flash away. Kled is going to get out. Sion is in top. I wonder if Sion could come down, but he looks like he's not going to. And it sort of has evened out. There's three for BlissEsports in the middle, but also 3 for LTMK. Looks like Leona got a good slow on the Pokeball. And doesn't look like anyone has paid the price and gotten a QSS. Despite it looking like Malzahar has only so far ulted his lane opponent and then the Kled. But Sion does get the trade tower in top lane, which is very important. Drexium going in onto Sion just to flee him off the wave. Smart by him. He's going to clear this wave off. Except leaving him there and Kled stop. They might be going in on Sion, but LTMK is going to trade with mid tower. And they're going to actually engage in mid lane. And Malzahar ults. Looks like he's going to be a dead Leona. And Sion actually gets out just by using his ultimate and not his flash. So absolutely nothing lost for LTMK on that engagement. This is actually phenomenal. Except, I'm sorry, the rift has been used in top lane to trade that tower. So now Bliss is still ahead in towers, except LTMK is going to respond with an Infernal on bot side. I do really favor the Infernal over that one tower. Eventually, as the game progresses, the towers will be standing gold, but these dragons will stay forever. So I really do like that. And now, I really wish that Bliss had respected their wave management and side lane pressure a little bit more. They know that they're both going to be team fighting, so having your side lanes pushing before you start looking for team fights is such an important thing to do because it's so easily a way to gain an advantage that you otherwise wouldn't get. So to see that lack of either engagement or respect is very disappointing. However, it looks like despite the goal lead from kills 6-13, there's also a significant amount of CS differences. The jungle seems to be about the same, but in the top, Sion has evened it out to about a 9 CS difference, so very good for the Sion, despite the Kled being 3-1 and 4. It looks like Pokeball is going to go in on the Kled. Kled has to ult to get out. A very long cooldown, just wasted. And 2 Scouts is going to go in on the bot lane. I don't know if this is a good idea. Nocturne is here. It looks like 2 Scouts is going to pay for it. 77 goes for an ult, and it looks like Epiphany tried to go in to get that confirmed kill on 2 Scouts and just didn't get it. Really, really good ult by 77. And now Sion is going in, misses the ult, but 2 Scouts is gonna be there to have the CC, and they're gonna get the Leona as well. So really good to kill both bot lane members for LTMK. LTMK to kill both of Bliss's members. Wow, 66 is gonna get absolutely obliterated by both the Cannon and the Nocturne. And it looks like Cannon's gonna clean him up. Oh, he's not gonna be able to. Blocked by one of Malzahar's minions. Absolutely clutch escape. Now you see where the gold for that Quicksilver stash is coming in for the Nocturne. A good buy for him, definitely. And Pokeball working on the side management. And it looks like Scion, Alistar, and MF are going to take the bot tower. So really important. Some standing gold that they should have. Looks like the gold has almost evened out. There's still about a 1k difference. But so much better than the 4.5 that they were in earlier. So now it's going to be important. I really want to see both teams start looking for vision for Baron. If they care that much about the Windrake that they can threaten not having vision there, then I understand Bliss getting vision around the Drake right now. But even then, I don't like it. It looks like Alistar is actually gonna go put control word into the Baron pit. It looks like Luigi might be in some trouble as three men come down and Nocturne on the way, just an ult distance away. So it's gonna be 4 people bot lane to the 3 people at LTMK. And actually, really beautiful engage. And it looks like Epiphany's gonna have to use his ult defensively, but Cannon comes and he gets an incredible ult, getting 2 people. Looks like Sion's gonna try and get a trade kill, isn't able to do it. He's gonna have to pull a miracle out here as a 4v1 does not look like it's gonna happen. And they're all gonna get out. But while this whole thing happened, they're not letting... The Sion is trying to stop backs as long as he can. The bot lane for LTMK is getting a tier 2 tower for this tier 1 bot. I think despite having 3 people stay there, I think LTMK definitely should have backed up. You see that you're on a man disadvantage, and you should just leave the fight. It was 5-3, and it looks like LTMK did get the tower, but now it's just going to be traded for another tier 2 tower. So 2 towers to 1 in this engagement. Really, really questionable decision making, to be honest, to even stay for that tower at all. And now I did like Luigi's CC chain onto the Kai'Sa to try and kill her, but once that didn't work, I don't like how 66 and Pakapal both stayed to try and turn a fight out of it when you know if it doesn't work instantly, you're going to be in a man disadvantage for the rest of the fight. Now, I do like how, like I said before, LCMK has gotten some vision around Baron, but there are no more tier 2 towers except for the tier 2 mid for Bliss, and the same thing for the same thing as just a mirror of towers, and there's only 2 side towers that are tier 2. So there's a lot more room for vision, so I don't see why they're not doing this. Looks like a fight for vision is going to break out, and 2 scouts are going to go onto Drex, trying to put a control word down and almost losing his life over it. They are going to get the scuttle as well. I do like this vision, except I would like it to be a little deeper, except obviously Bliss being here is not going to like that. Pokeball taking half health to the Baron. It looks like Nocturne is prepped his ult, ready to go in. Graves is terrified, and he actually is going to stay safe because he's so close to Alistar, Scion, Malzahar, MF. There's no way that Decorix is going to be able to get out of that. So I definitely understand that one. Looks like the Kled has gotten an inside track onto the mid tower, and he does get out, but a lot of pressure relieved for the side of Bliss. And Sion's going to ult in. Spell shield for Nocturne. He's going to miss his Q as well. That's a big cooldown, except it looks like Bliss is going to back up for now. Kai'Sa and Kled both on the bottom side if LTMK wants to get more control over the Baron pit. Looks like Kled's going to go in. I don't know if that was a good decision. Gets a lot of poke for not a lot of return. And this Baron tango of trying to see who can get the mid wave in their favor is going to be really important for both these teams. Except LTMK is backing up a lot. They have to respect the engage, and they are. But at what cost? Because now it looks like Bliss is going to have an inside track to Baron. They're going to have a lot of control over vision. Clear out just about everything that was put down before that. And it looks like Skane actually goes in on the Scion. The really awful trade. I don't know if it was a good decision. I think because of that trade, LTMK is going to get control of the mid wave. In terms of wave management, Kaisa did have to go top to control the wave, and it looks like on the bot side there is a large wave building up for LTMK as it's closer to their side, and it will reinforce faster, so eventually it'll start pushing back the other way. But how long is that? They're gonna go for this tower. It's already down very quick. Kennen looks like he's gonna go in for an he's gonna go in for an ult, but two scouts is gonna reject him. Absolutely beautiful. And now it's a fight on two fronts. Nocturne is going in on the one end, and now they have all jumped in onto the Malzahar, while LTMK was all fighting on the first side with the tanks. Absolutely split fight from LTMK. I don't know why half of them were focusing on one end and half were focusing on the other, which is really, really poor decision making, to be honest, or poor communication. And now it looks like they're gonna get not only this tower, but possibly another if the respawn's still coming soon. The closest one is gonna be in 10 seconds, and they're gonna definitely get this tower and most likely this inhibitor. And they will. Pokeball won't give his life for it. And now they can go back, either reset with all the gold they have gotten, or go for Baron. It looks like they are gonna reset. They're all backing. And 8-20 to BlissEsports. About an 8k gold deficit for the little monkeys. Absolutely brutal for this team. So many members are fed. Most of their kills are on the Leona, which is unfortunate. And it looks like they're actually going to start the Baron. LTMK is going for something very risky. It's at about 10k. Nocturne is here and does have ult, so he can ult in. It looks like he's going to ult in onto Malzahar. Malzahar's going to flash, but it's already too late. He's dead instantly, and Kennen goes in on the other side. And it looks like the health bars are already too low, except a good engage by Alistar to help the MF ult, but it's not going to be enough. Kaisa ults in, and it looks like it's going to be a clean ace for BlissEsports and a free Baron. That was an incredible engage onto the Malzahar. They know that the Malzahar is the most important person to get right now between him and the MF. So the first engagement was instantly onto the Malzahar with 3 people, and then as soon as that happened and the fight broke out, MF ulted, and instantly Leona and Kaisa are on top of the MF. As soon as those 2 people are dead, the fight is lost for LTMK. Graves does not have enough damage, and he has 2 meatballs next to him. So it's not going to be enough to help a fight if Malzahar or MF is picked off. And it looks like they actually almost lost their tower there. It's going to be a very hard path for LTMK to come back into this, if they're going to be able to come back into it at all. BlissEsports coming out in utter dominance, and I think I'd like to believe that a lot of it is riding on the back of their sub, their E-sub. In their jungler, Decorix has been playing incredible. He's 9-1-7, and although the bot lane is very strong, it came with 3 Nocturne ults to the bot lane. The Kled is strong, but was getting bullied in lane, got first blooded. And now with their superior gold lead, it's very hard for LTMK to win in a 5v5 team fight. And Alistar is actually going to go in onto the Kled. I don't think that's the right target to try and go for. They should try and wait to see if Epiphany or maybe even Decorix is in line, because he is one tanky Kled. He has Asterix, Black Cleaver, and Titanic. Is so far ahead of the curve in terms of the opponent top laner, who is only 2 items in. A 1 item advantage also in the jungle. Close to a 1 item advantage in mid. An item advantage in the bot lane. This is going to be very tough, and it's going to require a lot of really good execution in terms of LTMK getting a winning fight. Looks like they are just trying to cling onto their towers. The Baron buff will last for a long time, so they still have a lot to defend. But it looks like they're actually gonna retreat BlissEsports to the Drake. Get a Cloud Drake. They already have two, so that's gonna be awesome for them in terms of rotations, especially when they have the advantage and they have the possibility of getting pushes with Barons that they can rotate between lanes very efficiently. All going so fast right there. And the Baron buff is still on. I, to be honest, would have preferred to see BlissEsports keep up the siege and then get the dragon on their way out. I don't think either way LTMK would contest it, but I think it's sort of just a waste of time onto their Baron buff, which is very valuable time to get some towers down. I think they've only gotten, I don't think they actually have gotten any towers down with this, because the inhib was already open before that, if I'm not mistaken. So it doesn't look like they're getting much of anywhere. And the blue inhib is respawning soon. So yes, it is confirmed that it was before that. Not only was it before that, but it was a while before that. So really unfortunate. And it looks like Kai'Sa's coming in, gonna try and melt the Scion, and Nocturne's here too. It looks like it's absolutely over for him. He's gonna flash, but all five are here. Leona's on him. He's actually gonna survive. Oh my god, incredible. Good use of both the ultimate and the flash to try and escape. All five men committed to that. And ignite on Kled, and nothing paid off except for the flash on Scion. And now it looks like it's just going to be standard clearing out the LTMK jungle. But overall, a really strong hold. Only one tower taken that whole Baron. Doesn't look like it's going to matter that much. It looks like about a 13k deficit. It is really rough for LTMK, but MF did go for the lethality build as well, which is really rough because once people start building armor, it gets less and less effective because it can only go through so much armor before it just doesn't help you anymore, and that's what you're building for. So the later this goes, the worse I see it becoming, because Kai'Sa already has Rage Blade and then AP. She also has Storm Razor. I'm not sure how many evolutions she has right now, but definitely she has her E. Saw that one. But it looks, to be honest, like the later this goes, the harder it's going to be. Now, Kennan's also on his 4 items, including boots. And it looks like if he gets one more, he's going to be full. And this is going to be a very tall order to come back for LTMK. Even with the Baron buff off, Bliss is trying their hardest to siege, except even with the Baron buff, it did not work well because of the wave clear of a Scion and a Malzahar. But it looks like an ult going to come out from the Scion. Actually misses the Kled, but it's good stun, and now an airborne. It looks like they're actually going to commit to this fight. MF ults, and it instantly gets ulted by the Nocturne, and the Leona jumps in on her. Kennan's going in as well. This looks awful for LTMK. Looks like they're going to get one trade kill. And if it wasn't for the remount, Skane would have been close to dead as well. But it looks like it's going to be a clean ace with the exception of the cannon. And a quadra kill for Epiphany. Absolutely brutal. And it looks like this could be them ending the game. And it looks like it is going to be 20-second death timers. And it's going to be a GG's to BlissEsports. Wow, an incredible game for BlissEsports. Dracarix playing absolutely wonderfully, and despite there being low deaths on every member except for Drex on the Leona, it looked like all of it was a catalyst of a very well played Nocturne. Every ult that he did was impactful. He knew when to use it and how to use it. Every time MF ulted, Nocturne was right next to her with his ult. And every time that Malzahar was out of position, which I did notice was a few times, Nocturne was right there with his ult. And even the beginning Catalyst with the bot lane getting 2 Nocturne ults in a row, I think Drekker should be very proud of that game. All right, so we're gonna actually exit. We're gonna look at some stats. Yeah, it looks like for gold, the only one actually 66 being ahead of gold compared to his mid laner. Everyone else being significantly behind. 3,000 for support, 5,000 for the ADCs, 3,000 for the junglers, and wow, 4,500 for the top laners. But congrats to 66, who despite going 3-6-2, had a good CS lead, so did come out on top of gold. Let's check out some stats in this game. Looks like actually Sion being absolutely incredible, especially beating down the Kled in top lane. But Kaisa with almost 26,000 damage and a quadra kill to finish off the match. Really good from BlissEsports. And we are going to take a little bit of a break until the next game, which should be starting relatively soon, comes in for LTMK. Okay, guys, and we're back. About to get into another game. It's going to be the Little Monkeys versus Twin Miracles, who is officially coming right off of their first win. They just won against Sentinel 5, um, and actually a pretty good fashion. Pretty good. It was a hard fought battle. I think neither team are gonna come off super happy about it, but I think it's Twin Miracles' first win so far. I think they're 1-5, 1-5, going for 2-5 or 1-6 at the end of this game, depending on how the end of it will go. It looks like everyone's filled in. Okay, okay, so it looks like looks like there's gonna be gummy balls spectating. Looks like all of Two Miracles is here, just waiting for the game to get started. And Little Monkeys will be trying to come off of their loss uh, in their last game against previously Valor Gaming, now called Bliss, who went up against them in the PSO tournament, uh, where LTMK did come ahead. But this week, different story. Bliss being able to pull out the W. Actually, in a very strong game for a lot of their players, despite having an E-sub. So very impressive. So looking at the rosters, the main thing that I'm going to be looking at is Kevy J. I was very impressed with just about everything I saw him play as. His Thresh game last again in their first win was actually very impressive. Um, and their mid laner played Morgana mid, but actually played it phenomenal. So be interested to see if they play the same picks as they did last time, which was, if you guys did not watch, Thresh Varus bot lane, Morgana mid, uh, Jax top, and can't remember for the life of me the jungler, but that's okay. Um, oop. Yeah, so they need to do a lobby check. Yep. Okay. So auto loss is checking the lobby, and we should be able to get into it. I'd like to see, to be honest, I'd like to see how Twin Miracles rides the momentum of the game that they just had. They played it uh, very well, despite I think their top laner on the Jax getting a little bit overeager, going for fights he didn't need to, getting tower diving against a Lucian and sort of getting outplayed with Akram coming to help right before the Jax died, but Lucian sort of outplaying him. Um, Looks like they're both teams are ready. And it looks like they're gonna go into the picks and bans with Twin Miracles being on blue side and LTMK on red. And the first ban of the game is gonna be Pakapal's Evelyn. Don't think he's gonna be allowed to play this the entire season, most likely. And it's gonna be met with a Thresh. Very convincing on Kevy J from last game. It was very clean, except I know he does have a very big champ pool, so he might be able to be just as clean on another game. They're actually going to ban the Scion from Luigi. Despite coming out with a loss last game, he had a very convincing game. First blooded in a losing matchup. They're gonna pull out the Nocturne for Poobin, which I also agree with. And it's gonna be, let me see here. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay, so they're gonna ban the Pike. Two Scouts. Not sure if he was really planning on playing that. Oops. Sorry, my guys. Um, Pierce was asking, yeah, that's the event that happened. There's a lot of those. Don't know what they are. I really don't. But looks like they're gonna go with the Caitlyn. Shadow Blast is pretty good at the Caitlyn. Last game did play the Varus, so he is comfortable on that pick as well. And it looks like it's gonna be Ashe to start off with for Twin Miracles, but I'm very much expecting a jungler to come out for LTMK, or a support. I do like the Shen support. Two Scouts does love engage supports, and a flash taunt is certainly a way to do it, unless it is their top laner. You never know. And Twin Miracles will be trying to piece that one together, figure out where the Shen goes. And I do like having a flex pick as your first pick. It leaves a lot of question into the draft. And Pokeball picking up his Camille. He's put a lot of time into it. I really do like it. A lot of early game pressure, a lot of very, very strong early ganks with credible movement, especially in mid lane. In the LCS, we saw this work with C9, uh, with Blabber going in with a E flash ult. It's a really strong combo, especially early game when people really don't have that much to defend against it. Twin Miracles are going to go with the Braum. They're going to solidify their bot lane. Ashe Braum. Um, Interesting bot lane. And they have about 5 seconds to make their final decision. And I'm hoping for LTMK that they go with a mid laner here, especially because either the Kennen or the either the Kennen or the Vel'Koz would be great picks for 66. But he does slide in with the Kennen. But before that, Twin Miracles picked up a Hecarim, which actually, I'm sorry, was the one he played last game, which makes a lot of sense. But now going into second ban phase, they're gonna ban the Heimer for Dragonic 70. Very strong player. I've actually seen a couple of his games, and I have been impressed. I think he does get a little bit complacent. Doesn't exactly mesh with the ideas of what his team is trying to accomplish necessarily. And they're going for a Rakan ban onto two scouts as well. I think this is a little bit risky considering that the Shen can flex. I would have probably preferred ADC bans, especially because you already have your AD. You know, you know what that you're not going to ban yourself out. So I would have preferred AD bans there, because then um, you don't need to worry about if the Shen is flexing, and you can make sure that your bans are getting uh, good use out of them. But they do go with the Rakan, and wow, LCMK is going to go for the Echo. Um, Very scared of this mid lane strength of being able to stop the Kennen. And they're gonna ban the Alistar as well. Very scared at two scouts. So many of his champs are so clean, and at the end of the day, you don't know if he's gonna go to Shen. To be honest, I would prefer if they pick the support or top laner last if they go for an ADC here, which I do love. I love this because now the question of is this Shen support or top is still left to question. Now, sorry guys. Um, Now this is gonna be an interesting pick if Kevy J goes for the blitz. He is, I think, one of the best players on this roster. It's gonna be very interesting. After going for the Morgana, that is a little bit of a flex because we did see in the last game it being played in the mid lane. And they're gonna go for the Jax again. So it looks like it's gonna be Jax top again for Lucius Best. I felt like he didn't have the best game on Jack's last game, but they did pull out a win, so it was very understandable. And it looks like Two Scott's gonna go for probably the support pick. I would love to see like a TK would be great. Um, he could go with the Shen. He's gonna go with the TK. He could have gone with the Shen and gone something else for the top laner, but I do love it. Jinx TK is a good lane. And I really like this draft from LTMK. Um, there's a lot of comfort picks in Twin Miracle's roster this game. I switched to Morgana, switched to Ashe. Uh, I'm very much liking this team comp for LTMK. I see a Camille ulting, giving, and then Shen can immediately ult there. TK can bring Jinx with her. So as long as Camille and Kennen are there, it can instantly be a two-person fight into a five-person fight. And I could check chat one more time before I go. Yeah, Zach. We all knew that TK was going to be a great pick. Actually, very surprised that they never went with the TK themselves, or never realized as a sort of possible ban. I don't know why that wasn't considered, but obviously it does make a little bit of sense. Like his Pike, his Rakan, his Alistar are all incredibly clean. He's probably mechanically one of the best players on this roster. I would make that, but definitely in terms of uh, decision making, I see that's where he faltered as a player a little bit. I've In the last game we saw that he went in. He knew to go in. Obviously they called to make a fight, but he went in so early that he ended up dying before the fight started, and it didn't work out. They ended up only getting a 1-for-1 for all their troubles. So while we wait for these 2 minutes, if you got anything to say in chat before the game starts, where I won't be able to check it, you say it now. Um, Say which team comp you would prefer in their situations, and who do you expect to come out versus who do you want to come out. I am wanting Little Monkeys to come out, of course. Um, Being on that team myself, and I do also like their team comp. There's a lot of engaged opportunities. We saw in the LCS this past week that a lot of Tom Kench ults were being used aggressively to set up plays. Obviously Kennen, obviously Camille. Shen's ult, along with his taunt, his flash taunt if he wants to. So much engage in initiative that are on each of the members of Literal Monkeys. And I don't see the same amount on all in Twin Miracles. I mean, Braum and Morgana binding and ult obviously have the same sort of idea about them, but it's sort of like a Cho rupture. It's sort of like you shoot it out, you fish for it, you hope you get something. If you're behind and you're trying to make plays, I would really favor Little Monkeys. Zach, yeah, I do agree. I think it is going to be tank versus fighter again. Shen obviously being more of a for the team pick than a for the lane pick, so it should be on the Jax to get a good lead. Bot. Oh, I didn't get to see the rest of your comments. I don't think bot's gonna be that special. I mean, Jinx TK is gonna be a safe lane. TK is gonna be own personal bodyguard for the Jinx. Oh, and there we go. The game's still in progress as the game loads. But you said that bot is pretty static, will depend on jungle and out of lane pace. I agree with that, and that's why I actually do favor the LTMK bot lane because of the TK's ability to make plays, either ulting into a fight or go taking it back, buying items, roaming, and then ulting to get back to lane. I think it offers a lot of flexibility. Uh, and again, this will be similar to last team in that, or last game in that it doesn't look to be super like 3v1 versus or 1-3-1 versus a 5-man mid lane. Looks like it's gonna be focused on 5v5 fights, like usual, to be honest. Okay, as I get this set up. Sorry, guys. Oh wait, target frame. Let's get rid of that. Dance party. So as they set up, and this time I do like what Two Miracles is doing. They're doing exactly what LTMK is doing, where the jungler is in the mid lane, so you don't know where the jungler is going to start. Unlike last game where uh, the jungler was bot lane, and you could see that. Except I would hopefully expect that both teams can see which laner comes late and be able to make that call to their team. I have yet to see any team sort of use that to their advantage and have both lanes come relatively late. Both lanes use mana. Um, it is an interesting idea to do, and to be honest, I like it. I think it's a good reason to do it. I don't think you should ever be giving information that you can avoid giving, but looks like it's going to be just about a normal start. Both of them started on their blue. Camille's going for a Gromp while Hecarim goes for Chicken Coop because he has a good AoE clear. Also fast AoE clear, that was quick. And it looks like Camille's already going for that first Scuttle Crab. I would predict she comes bot next, which could be interesting. It looks like Luigi is getting the advantage on it on level in the top lane, but Hecarim is there to respond. We'll see if he goes in. He decides not to. Looks like he might be going for Scuttle. Yep. And Jack's actually coming ahead with that, but a good trade coming out of Shen. Looks like Camille is going straight across to the other bus, just as Hecarim is. About the same speed for them. And already a significant CS difference in the bot lane compared to other lanes. Now, it's obviously not as significant as last game, but a little bit scary that the CS is not even so early into the game. Looks like Camille could be looking for a gank coming into the mid lane. Except Hecarim is also going to be going in top lane. This is going to be fights on two different ends. Pokeball is going to get low, but so is Luigi. And both of them are actually going to get out. Luigi having to use his flash, and Dragonic not. So actually a good advantage to Twin Miracles in that duo ganks on two fronts. Also, it's going to actually force out the back from Luigi, but wow. 66 getting a lot of damage. And Hecarim actually dodges, decides not to go for the gank. Actually, the gank, the original gank on top lane, got Luigi's TP out as well, which is a very big advantage. So now a big advantage in terms of CS to the Twin Miracles top laner. Actually, right there, if you I don't know if you guys saw on map, but Twin Miracles getting vision of Paul going from top side to bot side. So once Jax gets back to lane, he can start to feel a little safer. And I do like the amount of vision that LTMK has compared to Twin Miracles. They have almost no vision. I don't know if they have a single ward except for the one that Jax just placed top lane. So it's actually very big problem as I see it. I think that should not happen ever. Looks like CS has evened out everywhere except mid lane where 66 has gotten an advantage, which is expected because it is a Morgana pick in lane and that he has been one of the best performers on this team so far. And Hecarim is coming back for top lane gank. This is going to be rough for Luigi. He has got no TP, no flash, and he's going to get flash ulted by the Hecarim. I don't know what he's going to do to get out of this. He's trying to kite as long as he can. He might be going for a trade kill, but he's not going to get it, and he's going to be first blood to the Jax. A good play by Pubin, going for a flash ultimate. No way that Luigi can escape because his flash was taken from the previous gank, and a very, very good return gank for the Twin Miracles jungler. Also, incredibly, despite getting off a good gank compared to Camille not getting an as successful a gank, he's also very ahead in CS. Looks like it's about 3 camps. No, 2 camps, might be. But very surprising to see Camille losing an early game, because that is what Camille should be focusing on. And looks like it sort of has evened out in terms of pressure. About even CS now, except for, again, the small advantage for Kennen mid lane and a small deficit for Shen top lane because of the death, which leaves about a 1k advantage for Twin Miracles. Looks like actually a really good trade from both sides, both bot lanes, but Twin Miracles obviously coming out on top of that. And also Camille getting spotted in the river, Morgana even roaming down. Probably to clear that control ward at the very least. Two Scots is very low. And actually, he's gonna look for Camille's gonna go in onto the mid laner, but looks like TK is gonna actually save Jinx from the gank from Hecarim. And now 66 is looking to get a kill onto Morgana, but Binding will put that to rest. Wow, both have ganks or fights being unsuccessful for the aggressor. Pubin having a good... Oh, he's going to go for a tower dive onto 77. He's not going to be able to get out of that. Braum ult to stop Camille. Ashe getting very low, but very low is not good enough. Unfortunately, I think that was a little bit of miscommunication. Two scouts backed up while 77 stood next to tower, tried to hold ground. Actually, I do like this fight from Shen being in the middle of his wave, so Jax had to get it hard, but wow, a good trade to even it up in terms of health. Yeah, I would like to see the Shen be a lot more passive. He's just getting brutalized in the top lane. Now a significant gold lead, 20 CS. And it's going to be also the jungle advantage like before. And the mid lane advantage has been basically nullified. So in terms of both CS and kills, LTMK is behind. Looks like Morgana is going to be given the blue buff. Camille getting very low in the jungle. Looks like Morgana is going to be given the blue buff after a lot of struggle. And it's going to sort of even out again, despite the 2k deficit for LTMK. And almost getting killed Shen top. I think he's just trying to hold on till he gets his TP so he can get a beneficial back. But absolute brutal. It looks like Hecarim's going in and it's not going to be even a question. And I mean, one more tower shot would have been able to do it. But 66 coming in and getting the Kennen ult to clean it up. And Camille actually being on top of Hecarim right now. Looks like they're going to actually get a 2-for-1 here. And actually going to be able to ult through the terrain. Pokeball flashing forward. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this. Morgana is there. Gets a binding. Now they're going to go in the Morgana instead. It's absolutely brutal. It's going to be dead and a waste of a stopwatch. A 2-for-1 for literal monkeys. Although it does put the Shen significantly behind. And Pubin does get out. Overall, a good trade for literal monkeys. Only barely evening up the gold, however, because of the CS difference of the top lane. But overall, I do love that play. And it looks like still Little Monkeys with the deficit in terms of, oh my god, TK is going to die. He's not even going to be able to pop his shield. Absolutely brutalize it in a 2v2. Dying in the 2v2. Without even being able to pop Thick Skin. So Shen could have a rough time again. Ooh, he's going to get a big fight here if the jump. There's no jump, so not going too greedy. And as TK comes back, Hecarim is actually invading into 2 people. I don't think he's going to want to do that one. And Jinx actually holding up pretty well on her own. In the 2v1, but TK is getting back, and so is Camille. And they do see the Hecarim, so they know. Except Jax could be looking for a dive on Kennen, but decides against it. And it looks like it's going to be a fight. Pokeball is getting very low. Shen's going to ult. This looks like a little bit of miscommunication. If he wanted to go in, he should have hook-shotted into it or not done the Shen ulti. Unless he didn't think he could get out without it. And it looks like it's going to be another fight. Shen actually going in on Morgana. Bind's going to stop it, but going into onto the Hecarim. Looks like Jax is going to get a lot of alone time onto this tower. I'm not sure if I like the Shen ult. Unless he needed it to survive, it's going to be rough. And he's actually going to TP back to tower to try and save it. Save it from getting a lot of damage. I do like the decision to TP back, but I'm not sure if the Shen ult was necessary. If it was, then good call. But I would have liked to see Paul and Luigi communicate that and try and use it on the offensive. Now, Kennen's trying to come in, but not working. Now, Hecarim's actually going in on TK. He's stunned. He's thick-skinned. Kennen's ulting in. It's actually a ton of damage. Except, it looks like TK is going to be going down first. And it's going to be Kennen next. This could be a 3-for-1. Right now, it's just going to stay as a 2-for-1. But, oh no. He's going to actually go down. A triple kill for Ashe. And it's absolutely falling apart for Little Monkeys. I think as soon as the Kennen got slowed by the Ashe, it was not a play that was worth going for. And now with 4-man bot, they're also going to be able to get first tower. Absolutely brutal start for Literal Monkeys. And the only person on the map right now, other than the respawns, is the Shen, who is again getting brutalized. Looks like it's about a 30 CS difference. There's no contest up top. Also, the Ashe is a significant CS ahead, and is 4-0-1 with that triple kill in the bot lane. This is starting to fall apart. for Little Monkeys. I also think that despite having a Kennen and a Jinx, their Camille is very focused on early game. Not being able to get much out of the Camille pick is very troubling for the Little Monkeys squad. On the side of Twin Miracles, however, I think Jax is an awesome late game carry. And he's actually going to go in onto Camille. There's nothing Camille can do. Not even going to get his own red buff. Going to be able to steal that. Wow. Looks like now they're going to go for Rift Herald. Very smart. No reason not to. And this is going to be very important to see how Little Monkeys tries to get back into this game. They got into a deficit early last game, and they weren't able to pull it back. So if they're able to pull it back this time, it'll be very, very good for them. Just to be able to get it back even is going to be enough of a morale boost to try and pull them through. Looks like it's going to be everything poured into the TK, and now the cannon goes in, but into 4. I don't know if the ult was even worth it. Absolutely brutal. Both of them go down. And now Jax is even going in. Oh, man. And now the mid turret's going down. And now Camille just caught out. The tower is going to go down. And Shen could be next. Looks like Hecarim and... oh my god, and Shen's going down. Looks like in the last fight. Now TK is going to try and ult in to save, but can't even. Now they're going to go in for it anyway. Braum ults, and it looks like it could be another 2 kills fed over. I really dislike this decision making. When it's going downhill, throwing bodies into a lost fight, cut your losses and look for a good fight is going to be the better decision. But it feels like to save one another, they made plays that ended up getting each other killed in a chain reaction. That ended up being brutal. This is going to be a very hard comeback for the Little Monkeys. Just seemed like a line of selfless plays to save one another ended up getting both themselves and the originals killed, which ended up feeding into what looked like a 5 or 6 kill fight, almost what it could have been. So now it's going to be a lot harder of a trek to come back in. It's a 10k deficit at 17 minutes. Absolutely brutal for the Little Monkeys. So I think a very methodical engage is exactly what they need. They need to make sure that they have a good fight, wait for either the Ashe or the Morgana or the Hecarim or one of the strong people on this team to walk away to manipulate a wave. Then Camille ults, Kennen ults, they go for those kills. But they have to think a lot, and they have to think very hard about the engage that they're going to make before they make it. Actually, it looks like they're going to go in on this, and they're actually going to engage on it, and they actually get the kill, but they don't get the kill. That's going to be brutal. And Jinx gets the trade onto Ashe, but a double kill. No, but 2 kills for 1 in what looks like a good engage. Hecarim actually just in the mid lane, able to get there too quickly and too slow to pull the trigger. But very, very well thought out, or well reacted to by Twin Miracles. Looks like Jack's actually gonna go into. He's gonna jump forward and almost kills him. It looks like it's gonna be another one. Jinx looks like it could be going down. Cannon ults in. This could be very good. Pocket Paul goes in. Hecarim's down. Shutdown gold for Camille. Cannon's going in. Hextech Protobell. He's gonna get the stun off. And it looks like this could be 1 or 2 trade kills, but no, they don't even get a single trade kill. And Brahm's down too, and this looks like it's gonna be the third. It's gonna be suppression. And unless they can get 1 trade kill, it does get 1 trade kill. But a 3 for 1 for Literal Monkeys, a really well executed fight. Now I would have liked to see Jinx walk away there. I think the kill is pretty much secured, but still a very well done fight to try and come back. They should, now that they've gotten that kill, or those kills, they should look to try and stabilize, wait for their item advantages, and go for another one. That was very well thought out, exactly what I was looking for. A good, well executed fight, and they did it around their tower to save the tower. Now they wait for their items and they go for another one. Well done by the Little Monkeys. And after this game, I will be able to read some of what you say in chat. Sorry that I can't read any of it now, if there's people saying stuff in chat. But Twin Miracle is actually getting a lot of vision around Baron. This could be risky because there's going to start being people that need to face check, like Pocket Paul. But he actually dodges the Ash Arrow. Not only is that a huge cooldown wasted, but now it can be a good time to look for a fight for Literal Monkeys, because while the Ash Arrow is used, also Kennen gets Azonia's. Now he's actually going in. Pocket Ball got low at first, but now he's going in. He's going to get the 1 kill. It looks like they're probably going to get the 2. Braum gets over. Nobody aggroed the Baron, so they're not able to confirm the kill. Oops. But they're actually able to all back away. And Jax, even despite split pushing top, they have a lot of time to reset before that. And again, well done. Even though they didn't need to use the Zonias, the armor and the AP on it, obviously very good to help. And using the item power spike and the lack of an Ash Arrow to execute on a fight that they needed. Looks like they actually could be going on to Baron, but they're actually just going to be clearing off vision. But Literal Monkeys is going to try and clear as much vision as they can from their jungle. Try and start pushing back into the river, get a little bit of a foothold. But it's going to be very hard to do with still a very big gold deficit, about 9k still. And it looks like they're going to be ulting in. It's going to be an insta-give for the Jinx. It looks like Pocket Paul could be dead. He's actually going to, TK is going to eat and then flash. They're actually all going to get out safe, except Luigi's going for a fight against Jax under tower. Actually a very good trade, unless Jax goes in again with the counter-strike. He's actually trying to suicide for the tower. And Shen is going to do a lot of damage. How much tower health is it? It's not nearly enough to try and suicide for. Except they're starting Baron. Twin Miracles are trying to push the pace of this game. And Camille actually gets rooted. There's going to be no possibility of anything. Zonia is not even popped for Kennen. So no possibility of a trade kill coming out. And now they could go back on Baron, but they're not even pulling the trigger yet. Camille getting hit by that binding was brutal for that fight. Kennen had to go in to try and possibly stop the Baron. They have to go in because otherwise they risk giving over a free Baron. So they have to go in, and Kennen's punished. He is able to pop his ult, but not the Zonias. If he's able to get ult and Zonias, he might be able to get something. But even then, is not a surefire guarantee. So opting to save the cooldown instead. Now, okay, Jinx has gotten Hurricane, so a good item power spike for the Jinx. Along with the power spike of the Zonias already. Shen's still not on his first item, unfortunately. Which is absolutely brutal compared to the Jax, who is on 2 items. So, still trying to get this Shen rolling. It will be a brutal tank in the late game, but blue team does get the dragon because of 3 showing in mid lane trying to clear the wave. No. Sorry. Two scouts should be able to get all the vision cleared. And they will. And now it's a good position for Little Monkeys, but I would really disagree with Jinx going into to catch a side wave while Twin Miracles is pushing in. And they have to give up all pressure that they have over Baron. Shen does have both his ult and his TP in case a fight does break down, but still losing all control of the area is not favorable. Actually getting binded. Tom Kench is gonna get pulled into a bad position, but Brahm's wall is up. Looks like it's just gonna fizzle out. Jax is going onto the him. TK is ulting in. Shen's gonna go for it. 4 people are here, but now they have a free Baron. Why would 4 people just have to come to this? It's gonna be up to Pakapal to steal. He's not even gonna go for it. A really, really difficult macro mistake. And now Pakapal is gonna get absolutely gibbed. He's gonna go down to the ignite, even in Tom Kench's belly. Absolutely brutal. And Jax is gonna get the tower. Absolutely brutal turn of events for Literal Monkeys. Pakapal deciding not to go in for the Baron attempt, but then getting hit by the binding leaves him. Oh my god! Jinx going down instantly. This Jax on fire. And now they're gonna be able to get the kill onto Shen as well. Double kill for the Jax. This Jax is on fire right now. Not performing last game, but certainly pulling up to standards now. And it looks like Twin Miracles could just push for an end. And it looks like 66 is going to go in. Huge ult. Doesn't pop his Zonias again and goes down. Camille goes down to the Hecarim, and this is going to be game over. It was like Hecarim going to go down to tower, and so is Jax. With only 3 people on Twin Miracles, and Jinx get back up, but he's bound. It looks like there's no possible way to come out of this one. Morgana actually going down. There's only 2 people left, but with minions flooding, it looks like it's going to be a good game for Twin Miracles. A well-fought victory. They should be very happy about this one. A 2-0 week for them, but Literal Monkeys, high hopes going in from draft, but unfortunately not able to execute. Wow. Incredible game. This Jax was on fire, going 4-2-3 with almost 100 CS deficit for the opposing top laner in Luigi on the Shen. Overall, a well-earned victory for Twin Miracles. We're going to go and check some stats. Wow. This Ashe, absolutely on fire. 10-1 and 8. Showing exactly why Twin Miracles should be in the AL. Wow. And getting a triple kill in lane. Absolutely showing why Shadow Blast is here. This Jax absolutely flexing in the late game. And Hecarim not only out jungling in terms of camps, but also out ganking. So very well on Poobin. Pakapal was unable to get the Camille rolling. Okay, so that's going to be end of the stream, as is the end of the games. I don't know if I'll do this next week. I might do this next week. Casting's hard, man.